Welcome back to Positive Horizons Coaching. When I reviewed what was happening in July, I mentioned that this was a very important week, which is why it's having its own moment. So it's Alcohol Awareness Week. And I want to approach this with compassion because people's relationship with alcohol can be complex, emotional, and often hidden beneath layers of stress, overwhelm, or pain. For some people, alcohol becomes a way to cope, not because they're weak and not because they don't care, but because they're overwhelmed, because they're trying to soothe something inside that feels too heavy or too loud or too difficult to face. Alcohol can become a way to quiet anxiety or soften loneliness or escape from pressure. And when that happens, it's not about the drink, it's about the emotion underneath. Often people don't recognise that alcohol has become a coping mechanism. Denial is common. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a protective response. Sometimes it feels easier to say I'm fine or it's not a problem, rather than to face the stress, the loneliness or the emotional pain head on. Denial can be a way of staying safe even when the behaviour isn't. It's also important to remember that alcohol struggles aren't just emotional. It can be a biological factor too. So some people have genetic vulnerability that makes alcohol feel more soothing, more rewarding, or harder to step away from. This doesn't mean they are destined to struggle. It simply means their relationship with alcohol may be shaped by more than just a choice or willpower. Understanding this helps us approach alcohol struggles with compassion rather than judgment. And for others, watching someone they care about struggle with alcohol can be incredibly painful. It can feel frightening, confusing, or exhausting. You might worry about their safety, you might feel helpless, you might feel guilty for not being able to fix it. You might feel torn between supporting them and protecting your own well-being. And this moment is for you too. It's important to discuss it. So Alcohol Awareness Week isn't about judgment. It's about understanding. It's about recognizing the emotional reasons behind alcohol use. It's about acknowledging how hard it can be to change or to change a coping mechanism that feels familiar, and knowing that support exists for the person who's struggling and for the people who love them. So let's talk about some practical supportive steps. If you're someone who uses alcohol to cope, try creating one small pause before you drink. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What do I actually need? You might not change the behaviour immediately, and that's okay, but the pause itself is progress, giving your brain time to tell the nervous system that you're okay and question whether you need the alcohol. It's not an overnight fix, but it's a little pause that helps. You can also try replacing one drinking moment with a grounding moment, a walk, a breath, a shower, a journal entry. Writing down your feelings we've spoken about before can really help reset your mind. These small shifts help you reconnect with your needs instead of numbing them. If you're someone who loves a person struggling with alcohol, your well-being matters too. You can set boundaries, you can reach out for support, you can talk to someone you trust, and you can remind yourself that their struggle is not your failure. You can encourage healthier choices without carrying the responsibility of their decisions. And for both sides, support exists. You can speak to a GP or a therapist, a trusted friend, or a local support group. There are national organisations, alcoholchange.org.uk, Alcoholics Anonymous GB, Smart Recovery UK, and for family groups, Al Anon, who are brilliant for that co-supporting, and children and young people affected by their parents drinking is NACOA. And it goes to prove you don't have to navigate this alone. There is help there if you want it. Alcohol Awareness Week is a moment for honesty, compassion and understanding. A moment to recognise that alcohol struggles are not a moral failing. They're a sign someone is hurting. And healthy begins with awareness. Support, small and meaningful steps toward healthier coping are the ones that you need to focus on. Honestly, you can't help everyone. People need to want to improve and to find a healthier way of doing things, and that has to come from them. All you can do is point them to where they can get help and suggest maybe it's something for them. So you're not alone. Great organisations that can really help and offer some great advice. So please share or repost this for more awareness and support for those struggling. And if anyone you think needs it, maybe share it with them. Thank you. I know it's not easy, but when you know you're not alone, it helps. Thank you. Take care.